America's hat wants in. Could Canada become the 51st state? Recently, the idea of Canada becoming the 51st state has been thrown around like a hacky sack at a Fish concert. And look, I get it, America loves adding states. But before we start measuring Uncle Sam for a new extra-large pair of star-spangled pants, maybe, just maybe, we should consider the chaos of consequences that would come with absorbing an entire nation, eh? So buckle up, grab some poutine, and let's dive into the glorious, terrifying chaos of a world where Canada becomes the 51st state. First off, let's talk culture clash, because adding Canada to the mix would be like trying to make a smoothie with maple syrup and Coca-Cola. It's just not going to blend well. Imagine a State of the Union address where every other word is met with a chorus of "A" from the newly elected Canadian representatives. And then there's the battle of the caffeine giants, Tim Hortons versus Starbucks. Would America finally succumb to the siren song of double doubles and Timbits, or would Starbucks launch a desperate Make Coffee American Again campaign? Next up, let's talk healthcare, because if there's one thing Americans love more than guns and deep-fried butter, it's arguing about healthcare. Now, imagine the sheer panic in the eyes of every insurance executive when they realize Canada's bringing their whole free healthcare thing to the party. But let's be real, do we really think America would just roll over and embrace universal healthcare? More likely, they'd try to build a wall around it, charge Canadians an entry fee, and call it Freedom Healthcare Choice Park. Hold on to your wallets, folks, because things are about to get financially funky. First off, say goodbye to the majestic Canadian loonie and toonie, those glorious coins that sound like rejected characters from a Dr. Seuss book. Get ready for the tyranny of the US dollar, where every purchase feels like you're getting robbed at a gas station. But the gas station is the entire American economy. And speaking of getting robbed, let's talk housing prices. Would Canadian real estate prices plummet to the level of a Walmart clearance aisle? Would Americans start buying up Canadian properties like they're going out of style? Fasten your seatbelts, because the political landscape is about to get bumpier than a moose riding a mechanical bull. First off, what happens to the Canadian Prime Minister? Do they get grandfathered into the Senate, forced to wear a tiny cowboy hat and pretend to enjoy American football? And speaking of cowboys, can you imagine the showdown between Texas and Alberta? It'd be a battle royale of big hats, bigger belt buckles, and even bigger egos. The only winners, the makers of Stetson and the poor souls who sell antacids in bulk. And let's not forget the clash of political styles. Canadian politeness versus American, well, let's just call it passion. But perhaps the biggest victims in all of this? Geography teachers? Imagine the poor souls having to redraw maps, update textbooks, and explain to bewildered students why America suddenly has a new giant, oddly shaped state. And the United 50 States chant? Gone. Replaced with a mumbled, United, 51? And let's be real, do we really think America could handle the sheer vastness of Canada? It's like asking a goldfish to take care of a blue whale. It's just not going to end well. So there you have it, folks. The beautiful, bizarre, and utterly bonkers reality of Canada becoming the 51st state. Would it be a match made in heaven, or a recipe for disaster? But I'm curious, what do you think? Should Canada pack its bags and head south, or should they stay north of the border where hockey is religion, the apologies are frequent, and the moose roam free? Let me know in the comments below, but please keep it civil.